All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Swoop Stories. So, if y'all was at my last video, y'all seen me go over the Mayan Burrell case. We about to get right into that. So, hop on in and strap on in and get ready. Now, we're going to go over the state of Minnesota, county of Hennepin. The state of Minnesota plaintiff Mayan DeMarlo Burrell, defendant. Okay? So, I went over the issues and all this right here in the first video. In regards to Tyesha Edwards, the alleged murder of Tyesha Edwards. Well, I'm saying alleged because, reading this and going over this first part kind of makes me question the entire shooting. It makes me question the entire case. At this point, I'm not even sure if we can literally believe that there was even a Tyesha Edwards in existence. I would love to see the autopsy report, see the body, see the actual scene. I would love to see that kitchen and just in my head just see how y'all proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that that bullet that y'all showed us came through there and struck her. Right, that mystical, magical shot. I would love to see how y'all could recreate that and show us that that is what happened. Wow. Listen to this. The shooting on November 22nd, 2002, at approximately 3 p.m., Timothy Oliver was standing on a porch at his aunt Vera Gross' home on 3433 Chicago Avenue when a maroon Chevrolet Malibu drove slowly southbound Chicago in front of 3133. Now, I'm not sure why they put 3133 here unless they weren't trying to overwhoop. Okay? I know that the Fraternal Order of Police Officers are satanic, and they're obsessed with Freemasonry. And, Freemasonry is obsessed with the number 33, and they often put it in their hoax. Whenever they're doing some kind of Psyop, psychological operation, they put 33s all over the place. Now, we see 34, 33, 31, 33. What is the coincidence of that, right? I'm just saying. Make it make sense. I might. Now, listen here. At some time thereafter, gunshots were fired generally at Timothy Oliver from across Chicago Avenue as he remained in his aunt's front yard. Now, it says here that, hold on, Timothy Oliver was standing on his porch of his aunt's home at 3433 Chicago Avenue South when a maroon driving slowly southbound. So, southbound is across the street. So you're telling me somebody fired gunshots at Timothy Oliver from across the street, Chicago Avenue, as he remained in his front yard. Approximately 8 shots were fired from one gun. The shooter was standing just south of the porch of the house on 3436 Chicago, which is across the street. Wow. Across the street from 3433 Chicago. The shots were fired from behind a porch railing of 3436 Chicago. No shots were fired. No return shots were fired. So listen. This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. Let's go ahead and pull up 3433, which is Tyesha Edwards' home, I believe. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. Let's pull up the map question. Where's the map, bro? God. Golly. Here we go. So, I read this again. So, the house that Skitz and them was shooting at was the neighbor's house, not 3431. But we're talking about 3433 of all things. Y'all, these are some sick puppies, y'all. What? Come on, man. What? Okay. Clearly that's not right. Here we go. So 3433 Chicago Avenue is this house right here. 3433. Y'all probably can't see that, but it's right here. So this is the house. Now, this viewpoint is from, it's got to be from a drone. Okay, this is a drone. So I think this, well, it's not even I think at this point. So they fly the drone around, and the drone is catching this awesome footage. So this drone got 300 and, this drone got some crazy type footage type. You see what I'm saying? So the drone is high in the sky, way higher than the cars. So if a car comes by, it just flies over it. So the drone's in the middle of the street. The drone is how high would this be? This would be at the window length up here, maybe about 10 feet high in the sky, maybe something like that. Because these cars are about, I'm not sure how tall these cars would be. About 6 feet in these. So this car right here, we're talking about at least 6 feet, 6-7 feet maybe. So we're talking about at least 10 feet. We're about. So at about 10 feet, we can see overall this stuff. If we were at a regular height, we'll be a lot lower and we wouldn't be able to even see all this stuff like how we're seeing. So take that for a grain of salt. Let's go over. So they're said that the shots came from behind a porch on 3436. Let's go ahead and pull up 3436. Okay, let's make this make sense. Let's try to see how this shot would have taken place. How could they believe this? So we're talking about behind the porch. So we're talking about from right here. This is where they're saying that. Hold on, are we in the backyard? Oh, we're in the backyard. Oh snap! Yo, Google is doing themselves, y'all. This is wild. So we're at the backyard. Oh snaps! That is wilding. Hold on, get us back. We need to get back. That's wild that you go through the backyard. Yo, the drones, man. The drones are droning, man. You can literally see everybody in the backyard too. Y'all giving us that kind of look. I wonder, could we look in the backyard over here then, or maybe that? I mean, look at the distance. Look how far that is from here. Look how far that is, and they would have been even farther. So you're trying to tell me that the homies would be standing right here where this lady, you see how little she is right here from where we're looking at? You're trying to tell me that the homies, Ike and them, were shooting a handgun. We're not talking about a sniper rifle. We're not talking about a high power rifle. We're talking about at least now the average distance between a street is 50 feet. So we're talking about 50 feet across. So we're talking 50 feet across. How much across would y'all think this would be? Let's see here. We got about 3 feet. We got 3 feet in a foot, right? So you got 3, 6, 8. So we talking about. I'm not sure, bro. The math. It's y'all know. It's. I'm gonna say clearly it's over 100 feet. So this is over 100 feet, easy. So they would have a shot, made this shot from 100 feet to get right here where the bullet allegedly hit. So the bullet allegedly hit right here. So they're saying we could have made a shot at like 6 feet that went from right here all the way over here, all the way over here somewhere. That's impossible, y'all. I'm just letting you know this shot's impossible with the handgun that they're talking about. It's impossible. Know why? Because the bullet doesn't go upward; it goes down. Okay, after about 100 feet, that bullet's gonna start dropping. It doesn't go higher, bro. Like a bullet doesn't go like this. Okay, the bullet goes like that. All right, especially if they're not tilting it upward. So if they were in a car right? And they're passing by and they're shooting upward, it would go like this. It would go like, okay? It would go like, that's how a bullet would travel. You ever seen it's like a bow and arrow. Look here. A gun ain't nothing but a bow and arrow, except with some powder. Look here. The projectile that's coming at you's got to move like a bow and arrow. Come on now. Have you ever seen a bow and arrow go like this and then go up? Hell no, y'all never seen that. So why would y'all believe that the bullet from all the way over there can travel into this house and hit this child from this? Like, unless this dude was shooting a high power rifle at 7 foot tall from way back here, or at least 10 feet tall. He had to be anywhere from 7 to 10 foot tall to be able to make that shot. So this shot right here is impossible for Mayan Burrell to make. Mayan Burrell is short. He's not tall. How tall is Mayan Burrell? He's not tall, bro. Nowhere near the height that it would take to get over these, cars. Matter of fact, I wouldn't doubt that they would like hit the car, hit like down here. Like if they were actually shooting from where they were shooting, they would have been hitting like right around in here, lower level. If they're actually shooting from here, the bullets would have been shooting right up on top of here. If they was shooting with the guns up a little bit, they would probably have been hitting right around in here at best. Especially if they're aiming at somebody right here, right? If they're trying to hit somebody right here, wouldn't they relatively get the shots somewhere around here? Now, they're trying to make us believe that these people have magical bullets, that their bullets curved and does some magical trick shots. I guarantee you cannot recreate this shot. So if you can't recreate this shot, why wasn't that argument used in the courtroom? That's crazy. Why would the police department even make such an argument? Why would the state of Minnesota allow such an argument to even be taking place? Because I believe that this is actually a psychological operation. I believe they had Ike and them down for whatever, and they convinced Ike to participate in whatever this is, right? Which is, was it a move for the Minnesota or state of Minnesota to declare themselves so tough on crime? They're doing something about the Bloods. They're doing something about the Blood Gang over here, over south. They gotta annihilate the Blood Gang, right? Because the Blood Gang is, in opposition to them for the most part, unless you could catch them, without the homies and get them in their little rooms and you beat them up and torture them and stick them in the prisons and jail. Then you put all this paperwork out on them and have them getting beat up by their own homies or even killed and all that. Y'all know how the police do. Now listen here. So they're making this claim that these shots came from behind this porch. Now I just showed y'all that is, almost impossible. It's almost impossible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's nearly possible. And it's unlikely. You know why? Because Ike is no fool. Ike is no fool. If Ike only has 8 rounds on this gun, allegedly, right? Or this ain't a rifle. Ike shot that gun before, right? Or Ike was a little bit older. Maybe he'd been to a gun range. Ike, knows that if you don't get your mans, maybe someone else can get hit. I'm just saying. So it doesn't make sense that Ike and them were strapped. There's no return fire. So that means the other side was not strapped. Okay. So the other side didn't have a strap, didn't return back fire. If you have the element of surprise, y'all in enemy territory, which this is the Bloods. This is the Bloods territory in this paper, according to in this paperwork, according to the state of Minnesota. All of this is the Bloods territory. So if it's the Bloods territory, why weren't there many more homies with Ike? Why didn't Ike bring the entire force of everybody he could have got hold of, right? As a real blood, as y'all want to claim. Ike and them was real bloods, the realest of real bloods. Why didn't he go get a lot of other individuals to run down on these ops, right? It's dangerous ops who shot at them, according to them in this paperwork, that shot at them. So more than likely these dudes would have weapons. They're at their aunt's house. Why wouldn't they just run up on them, right? They're in their neighborhood. Why wouldn't they, before just shooting all random, they just spent the block, confirmed that they seen them. Why wouldn't them, right? We know these alleys. We know this neighborhood. This is our neighborhood. This ain't the bogus boys neighborhood. This isn't the family mobs. This ain't none of that. This is Bloods. Listen here. Why wouldn't the homies be behind, in the back of the backyard? Why wouldn't they be in the back, on the sides? My guy, why wouldn't they not have, these fools on lock? Why wouldn't they? And why wouldn't they just go through the backyard? Why would they go to the opposite side of the street and not go through the backyard back here? And this is our neighborhood. We have the numbers. We have them outgunned. We have them outmanned. Why wouldn't we just do that? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. So you're telling us that Ike and them went on a crash dummy suicide mission with dudes who shot at them, who have guns with more bullets, more guys over here than what Ike showed up with. Ike showed up with one homie, one Asian homie on top of that. Blood was Asian. The dude he picked him up, picked up the Asian homie. So Ike went up here with no other homies besides his little homie, 16-year-old homie at the time. You telling me Big Blood Ike came and only had his Asian homeboy and his little homie to run down on family mob riders, right? Killers, according to this paperwork. Something don't make sense. And then they shot this magical shot that went into this wall over here, and not just run up on them, not just even bend the corner, right? Let's just say they're going down southbound, right? They're going down, boop de doo de doo. They say, "Hey, you seen that motherfucker?" Yeah, I seen that motherfucker, and go around the back instead of doing that, or busting a Yui, coming back down here, right? Drive by, right? Whatever happened to the good old drive bys? So instead of just coming up, boop doop 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 doop, right in here, boom 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 boom. Why not that? So you're trying to tell me that this Ike was stupid? And I know Ike is a meathead, bro, but Ike ain't dumb, bro. Ike ain't never been that type of idiot. If he was, he'd have been dead a long time ago. But as far as I know, Ike is still alive. So if he's alive, he's not an idiot. He's not just a dum-dum. Why would Ike get out of his car, get out of his car, come over here, start shooting, and then run across the street again instead of just rolling up on him? Boop, 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 boop. Or going through the alley. And we're talking about 2002. This is like when the phone qualities, cameras at the time, cameras was out, right? I believe, but the cameras weren't good. The cameras, like the cameras weren't good. You can make out a lot of shit on those cameras, bro. Those cameras were crap. Dude, we're talking about like, what was the phones looking like back in 2002? Hold on, we gotta take a look at the phones. We're not talking about 4K, 5K, any of that stuff. So 2002 cell phones, y'all. Or just cameras, bro. Hold on. Let's take a look, y'all. Holy. A lot of these phones didn't even have a camera. Look. 2002. These phones ain't got cameras. None of this shit got cameras. So if we barely have phones with cameras in 2002, they wouldn't be afraid of nobody recording them. Because listen here, anybody who had a recording device in 2002, you was balling. You like I'm telling you, they had to literally pull out well, camcorders and shit like that. Nobody had that shit. We in South Central, fool. Not a lot of people had that type of shit. Hence, there was no footage. Of course, there's no footage because we're talking about 2002. Okay, don't be a fool. So, 2002, most cameras didn't even have phones. So you got somebody who is riding around in 2002 before all the cameras and all that. They don't use their vehicle when they're outmatched and outgunned by rivals in their neighborhood, right? They have a teenager, a young teenager, 16 years old. Y'all telling me the 16-year-old, the little turned up dude, ain't gonna be like, hell no, I ain't about to run out here with you and shoot from across the street? Is that, are you retarded? Ike, like y'all heard Mayan talk, right? Y'all heard Mayan talk. Does Mayan sound like a fool? Does he sound like the type of idiot that would do this type of shit? No, he doesn't, because he wasn't. None of us are that type of dumb. At least nobody I met. I've known some pretty meathead, goofy idiots. And listen, none of that shit means shit when you come around here, blood. You gotta listen when you come over here. You can't just do what the hell you want to do. That ain't the way it works. Now, let's go. So, for whatever reason, they saying that he shot these shots from that position, which is impossible. I believe the bullets fall around 90 feet or something like that, but they never go upward. Okay, they never go up. And let me go ahead and pull up. Let's pull up my photos. My photos here. Here goes the Tyesha Edwards photos. Now, y'all ever seen Dexter? Now, the crime scene should be things like, you know, an actual investigation, showing and be able to recreate the scene. Like, oh, if the shot happened, how can we prove that, right? Even back, we're talking about back when there wasn't no forensic files, and we're talking about just old school investigation, old school, you know, work where you actually got to use your hands. So, you know, let's take a look at the wall. Now, we're talking about what gun did they even recover? I don't think they recovered a gun, y'all. I don't think they recovered a gun. Let's take a look. So what else did we have here to go by? Oh, here goes the actual house at that time. Now, as y'all can see, the gate is a lot different from how it's looking today. Let's go ahead and pull up side by side. Let's pull up a side by side, y'all. So that gate looks mad different than this crappy gate that you see now. So we're talking about this gate. This crap. The gate's still crappy, y'all. I ain't gonna front. Look here, wood. Look at this. So y'all already know this. Everybody who lives here poor as hell. They can't even get a damn gate, a decent, functional gate here. Look. This one got a better gate, but the gates are just fucked in our neighborhood. I ain't gonna front. These gates are just trash. This is the cheapest, crappiest gate. But look, the gate, instead of having the wooden door, it was just this crappy. This might be the same. I ain't gonna front, but it looks like when you actually go here, right? See this and this. It's a little different here. Like this part. Oh, my bad. Let's go back. So we have cameras, but these cameras are from the news, the media. These are the media cameras. This is why they're so clear. Cause ain't nobody had cameras like that, and this ain't even clear. Okay, so even the cameras back in those times is fuzzy and fucked up. Now this is the new cameras in the new day, in this new age. Now, as y'all can see, this shit right here ain't there. All this bushes and all that stuff is not here. Okay? Same house. This just ain't here. Now, we see a lot more of this exposed. That's interesting. That's interesting. Let's take a look at these shots here. So these were the shots back in 2002 or something like that. I think this is 2002 because, all right, they got the police stuff. Now, riddle me this. Riddle me this. Riddle me this. Why did that? Why would they? How is that legal? That they put this tape up over 100 feet away from the actual crime. That's not excessive. Look at this. That's not excessive. Y'all don't let no one could get near the scene like at all. Like 100 feet. Just y'all tape off both sides of this, both sides of the street. Why? Why would y'all do that unless y'all trying to hide something, right? Y'all, the streets is already 50 yards. So I would imagine, like, to secure a crime scene, you might need about 25 feet at the most, 25 to 30 feet. Let's just say half the street y'all get, because this right here is just a waste of resources. This is crazy. This is, y'all telling me y'all trying to block off an entire block for what? For what? Unless y'all trying to cover up some shit. Because listen here, if y'all just put tape right here, right? Wouldn't that make more sense? Y'all put tape right around in here. That's more than enough space to secure your crime scene. Instead of doing that, they did this. Insanity. So when I put on my thumbnail, Mayan Burrell conspiracy, we got to talk about the Tyesha Edwards conspiracy, because this is it. Because we are already just recreating the crime. I could tell you from right here that knowing these individuals and having, giving y'all accurate character witnesses, because I actually know these individuals. They know me. I grew up with them. They grew up with me. We all from the same neighborhood. No way in the world would I be comfortable with these people trying to block me off the entire block. No one can come in here? No, that's over whooping. Why would y'all do this? Right? We know why. I know why, at least. So let's go ahead and get back into busting down this paperwork, and because obviously that shooting, y'all can't recreate that. Why didn't the defense for Mayan raise that issue up? Why is it that? Why is that? Now let's take a look. Let's also take a look. So we got this right, this picture. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but they showed it like that's some shot or something. I don't see no bullet hole, so I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? Not sure what that's supposed to mean, but they put it up there like it means something. So I screenshotted it. Okay. Now let's take a look at what else these reporters put out here. So it says on here on this paperwork, y'all. Let me go ahead and boost this up here. So it says Valena, my bad. Reporting officers Valine Gogolwisky. Says here, assisting officer Amy Caspers, like the ghost. Approving supervisors Jody A. Nilsson. Now I've heard the Nilsson name all throughout Minneapolis police departments. Y'all need to investigate these people, because you using that's an alias, Jody alias Nelson. Y'all gotta charge these people with criminal conspiracy, because this is what all three of these people are involved in. Criminal conspiracy. Then we got a Zimmerman, like George Zimmerman. Oh wow, Richard Zimmerman, assigned investigator. Richard Zimmerman, aka George Zimmerman's cousin or something like that. Tammy Dietrich. Okay, so they conspired. All these people conspired against Mayan, and not only Mayan, but the entire community. They plotted and conspired to perpetrate an event that more than likely did not happen. Let's go ahead and take a look. Or it didn't happen the way that we thought it happened on November 22nd, 2002. And let's take a look here. Murder. Alleged. Let's take a look at these so-called gun holes. Now, see this? They put this in this little Associate Press spread about this case. Now, I see a house. It's blue. Let's see if there's a blue house. Oh, where's this blue house? Where is this blue house at? Where's this blue house at? Hold up. This is the blue house. This is the blue house. So that means that this couldn't have come. That bullet hole is not over here. Because there goes the house. There goes this house right here. So, y'all trying to tell me that he shot through this over there? What the fuck? Hold on. Hold on. Y'all said in the little report that wasn't a return fire. So if somebody was behind here shooting, right? Behind here shooting this way. What is this? What is this supposed to be? Holy hell. So you're trying to tell me that somebody over here, is this where y'all talking about? Holy crap. Y'all trying to tell me, yeah, this is the house. Okay, and this pillar is on this side. So we're talking about the rain gutter on this side somehow got hit, but that's impossible from this direction. Like if we're right here and we're talking about taking a shot over here, unless the bullet has magical curving capabilities, ain't no goddamn way you hit this rain gutter that's literally on the side behind this wall. There's no way, because you'd be hitting the wall if you shot this way, right? You would literally be hitting the wall. Well, ain't no damn way, unless they came across the street and shot back and they were 10 foot tall, at least taller than this, right? They had to have been shooting like above this. You know what it looks like? It looks like somebody was on top here, shot, and made this right here. That's what it looks like. That makes more sense. But make it make sense. Why is this here? Why is this here? And if y'all said that there's no shots that came back, then what do you call that? Any old ways. Any old ways. That's... Wow. Okay. Alright. Let's take a look at some more shots here. I'm just saying. So, Klobuchar got pressed about the Mayan Burrell case, and this is one of the images that they shown. As far as in 2002, this is the alleged bullet hole that went into the house that caused the murder of Tyesha Edwards. Now, is that hole possible from way the hell over here? And we're talking about how high, like, y'all see these steps, right? 1, 2, 3 steps. So the foundation is elevated. So Tyesha Edwards, you see the basement right here. So you got the basement foundation. Then you have the first floor, which would be up here, all the way up here. So the first floor would be all the way up here. So Tyesha Edwards is probably about up here somewhere. So Tyesha Edwards is about up here somewhere, which is about give or take at least 5 feet, maybe about here. So we're talking about 6 or 7 feet in the sky. That chest, her chest had to have been about like 7 to 8 feet high off the ground. So she's off the ground 100 meters away behind a wall, deeply insulated wall for these Minnesota winters. So we're talking about deeply insulated wooded frame, like a frame wood. Then we're talking about cabinets and appliances. We're talking about, refrigerators, drawers, dressers, things of that nature that can, may not stop the bullet, but definitely dramatically reduce its, you know, power every time it hits something. So it has to hit through this and all the shit in the wall and all the stuff in the kitchen to her chest. Huh. Huh. You don't say. From 100 miles away. Or not 100 miles. 100 feet away. Wow. 100 might as well have been 100 miles away. But yeah, 100 feet away. I'm going to tell y'all that is nearly impossible. It's near. Look. Is the rain gutter even still there? I think this is the gutter, y'all. This gutter. So you're telling me this person was shooting from behind this gutter, and Mayan, who would have been standing about this tall at the time, 16 years old, and he's still short to this day, as far as I know, right? I don't think Mayan's like 6 foot something. He ain't nowhere near tall as this. Listen, so if he was tall as this, maybe. Now, how tall are these clotheslines? How tall is a clothesline? If he was this tall, like tall as a clothesline, maybe he could make that shot. If he was like a skilled shooter, you know. But he's not. He's short, okay? So no, there's no way in hell that he could have made this shot, or anybody could have made that shot. No one could have made this shot. So if no one could recreate this shot, the only way that this shot could have been made is if somebody was shooting from here. Like literally, they would have to have been up on the steps, right here. They would have to have been on the steps and shooting into the wall directly. They would have to have been up, elevated, on the steps, and at least, give or take. See, look at the door. Look at the door. How tall are the average doors? So at the time, they're about this tall, right? So that's about the height of the window, right? And the bullet hole was about right around in here. So we're talking about somebody who had to have been standing right here, pointing right there. Now, the only people who were standing right there and pointing, standing right there who could have been pointing right there, pointing at this house, was the GDs. They don't let the GDs in the door. So hold on. So the only people who could have made that shot was somebody who was standing right here. Make it make sense, y'all. How in the world could y'all make the claim that Ike and them ran up on this property, got up on these steps, and shot into this house? Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. So if it doesn't make sense, why present it as if it does? And y'all have no witnesses. Y'all have no credible witnesses, at least. Y'all have no evidence. How can y'all get a conviction beyond a reasonable doubt? Unless the entire case is staged, it's fake, it's created by the devil, or my bad, the Fraternal Order of Police who serve the devil. That's the only way that this shot could have happened. It's impossible for this shot to have came from this direction, way the hell down here, across and back around here to over there. Makes no sense, especially in 2002 when Ike and them, if Ike and them was really on this mission and this is what they was on, and they went and picked up people and all that stuff, they would have came back with way more people, and they would have had that back alley cut off, especially if they knew that this is where they hung out at. They would have that back alley cut off, so if anybody ran, they would just ran into some more guns and more bullets for their ass. And on top of that, listen, Ike and them weren't stupid. I'm not dumb. And Mayan isn't dumb. So somebody is lying. This is a lot of lying going on. And Mayan wouldn't know because Mayan wasn't there. But now that we're recreating the scene, I doubt anybody was there. We don't know who the hell was there. Now, if y'all look, just go, do a Google search. All this stuff I got off of Google. Now, if you tilt that gun up and take a shot, listen, the target, the acceleration of gravity is going to pull the bullet down, so it's going to go like this. Choosh, bloop. Just like any other projectile. Because that is, is it physics? Is that what they call it? It's something like that, for lack of better words, y'all. There is no way for any pistol that I've ever seen to make that kind of shot. That, y'all overly whooping. Listen here. This is how a shot works. Now, we're talking about 200 feet. So in order to hit that shot from nearly 200 feet away, they would have to have that barrel tipped up. They would have to know how to use these rear sights, which most gangbangers, y'all claim, don't know how to do that. We don't even know how to shoot. We don't really take our guns nowhere and shoot them at nothing. We have to get up on people close to shoot these guns, okay? Because we're not professional shooters. We're not trained shooters. Most of us didn't go to the army. Our army was on the streets. Our military training all came on the streets. So, we're talking about people who were probably turning their guns to the side and shooting and shit. I mean, now, there is a movie that has curved bullets with people shooting to the side. Hold on. Movie with curved bullets. Now, I always thought this movie was some kind of propaganda to like mock gangsters or criminals or something like that, right? Movie with curving bullets. Curving. Here we go. Wanted, ain't that funny? Wanted. So Wanted with James McCoy, Angela Fox, look, Fox News, right? Fox 9, Morgan Freeman, Sloan, and Chris Pratt and Common. So we got all these guys. They're doing this movie. Oh, and of course you gotta have Common, right? Because Common, he used to be BPS, right? He used to be a Blackstone. Now, what's funny is Common looks so much like Larry Hoover to me. It's ridiculous. I mean, I think he could play a Larry Hoover biopic. Common. He looks a lot like Larry Hoover. Last time I checked. Just side by side that. I'm just saying. So, this movie, you see this dude right here? Shooting sideways. Hold up. Shooting sideways, and we're talking about bullets that curve. Look at this. Angelina Jolie shooting sideways, and their bullets are curving. So you got a Chicago gang member who looks suspiciously like Larry Hoover in a movie with the Fox telling lies about these curving bullets. And look at those fingers. Oh my God. Angelina Jolie, if y'all don't know, is a Hollywood Satanist. It's a dude. It's a man. Got square jaw, square head, square shoulders. It's a dude. And a lot of Hollywood mofos be thirsting over this thing, man. Don't thirst over this thing. Y'all gonna be highly y'all gonna find out, man. I'll fuck around, find out, bro. But yeah, this movie right here, crazy myths. And look, people believe this. They had to do a myth tester bust. These myth tester guys, y'all gotta check them out, man. So these dudes, movie, they bust the movie lies, right? That they be telling you guys that these people could do, and they can't, right? And they went over this, curving bullets, and that's season 7, episode 10. So they went over that, and they kind of gave what I was kind of demonstrating and putting down to y'all, that these people use this myth in order to create this movie, the stupid movie. It's really dumb. But however, it's not that dumb, because like I said, they put all kind of hidden messages in the movie. So if y'all not watching the movie, and if you're actually watching the movie, you hear this crazy plot that's in this movie. Go check that movie out, man, because this movie does have some hidden knowledge and hidden information that just might, blow your minds. I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to get hit with copyright strikes or nothing like that. We're gonna fall back on that. But I say all that to say this, right? Because this is supposed to be just part 2. I'm overwhelming right now. We're 45 minutes in. We ain't gonna go too far. All right, y'all. So I ain't gonna tarry no longer. We're just simply going over the alleged shooting from this case. This is what's in here, and this clearly does not make sense going over what we went over. Let's listen to, let me just read this all out before we wrap it up here. So again, on November 22nd, 2002 at approximately 3 p.m., Timothy Oliver was standing on the porch at his aunt's house on 3433 Chicago Avenue South when a maroon Malibu drove slowly southbound on Chicago in front of 3133. At some time thereafter, gunshots were fired generally at Timothy Oliver from across Chicago Avenue. He remained in his aunt's front yard. Approximately 8 shots were fired from one gun. The shooter was standing just south of the porch of a house on 3436 Chicago, which is across from the street from 3433 Chicago. The shots were fired from behind the porch railing of 3436 Chicago, and we know that that's not true because there's no way in the world anybody would be able to take a shot from there at these guys because, like I said, based on the height of the individuals and the caliber gun that they had, would not even, hit. Like it makes no sense why it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make no logical sense why they would be at that place shooting there. Well, anyways, let's keep on going. How did they prove that they shot there? It's crazy. Let's keep on going. Sisters, At the time of the shooting, 11-year-old Tyesha Edwards and her younger sister, Lakia, were sitting at their dining room table on the lower level of 3431 Chicago Avenue South, which is the duplex next door to 3433 Chicago. A single bullet came through the wall. Now, I noticed they don't mention Tyesha Edwards' mom, Tyesha Edwards' dad. I know Tyesha Edwards even had an older brother, and I mentioned him at all. So you're telling me the 11-year-old child is at home alone with her younger sister, and y'all trying to tell me that a child alone, 11-year-old at this time, is at home sitting on the table doing her homework all alone? That don't make no sense. Make it make sense, y'all. A child at that time would have been doing any goddamn thing besides doing homework, okay, at the goddamn table without any supervision or any, oversight. That makes no sense, y'all. Come on now. Stop it. Stop lying to yourselves. That's crazy. That's over whooping, y'all. It makes no sense. A single bullet was removed during her autopsy. A second bullet also came through a wall of Tyesha Edwards' home and was found on the upper level bedroom. So how is that possible? How's that possible? That from across the street, dudes who were shooting, they're not shooting at this house, they're shooting at the house next door. They shoot 8 bullets, or approximately 8 bullets. And we got a bullet going through Tyesha's home, and we got multiple bullets going through Tyesha's home. Why would that be? Why? That makes no sense. Makes no sense unless those dudes were literally at Tyesha Edwards' home. But anyways, let's keep on going. 8 castings were found in the front and side lawns between 3431 and 3433. Hold on. So y'all telling me 8 castings were found on the front and the side lawns. So hold on. Only 8 shots were fired. So you're telling me all the shots were in between 3431 and 3433. Hold up. Ain't that the aunt's house and Tyesha Edwards' home? How is that possible if y'all saying all the shots came from over here? If all the shots came from over here, wouldn't the bullet casings be over here? Wouldn't they all be over here? Like, the discharge case, the shells. Because we don't. Was this a Glock? I have no idea what this is. Because if it's a revolver, revolvers don't leave shells behind. Okay, that's why revolvers are so known back in those days, like magnums and stuff of that nature. I wonder why the police was running around with magnums that don't kick out shells. I'm just just asking questions. So we don't know what type of gun they're using at this point, allegedly. But they're saying the shells were found in between here somewhere. In between here. Now, how the shells, the casings, they said the casings, hold up. They said the casings. Am I tripping? The bullet casings. What does a bullet casing look like, y'all? Bullet casing. Bullet casing. These are the bullet casings. These are the bullet casing. These are the bullet casing. Now, last time I checked, the bullet case doesn't leave, outside of the trajectory of the ejection, right? It shoots the tip out. See, this is the powder. The strike hit, boom, pushes this part out. And that part is the part that is going over here, or over here, right? So the casing should be way the hell over here. Now, that's not what it's saying in this paperwork. Now, if it's not saying that in this paperwork, that is suspicious. Okay? That's another issue. Another huge issue with this paperwork. That ain't just no regular issue. Because if y'all claiming that there's casings over here somewhere, if y'all found casings over here, that means that y'all are claiming that they ran up on them and they start shooting at them and they broke out this way, which will actually make a lot more sense. That would make a lot more sense, but that would mean that they weren't southbound, or at least if they were southbound, they had to get out, run over here, and then the guys seeing them, clearly seeing them, right? That's what they said. They seen them, they would have broke out either back in the house or, through the alleyways. Now, let's go ahead and continue on reading this. So it says that they found these casings, right? Hold on. The shooter was standing behind this porch. Okay. No return shots were fired. Huh. It says here, at the time of the shooting, 11-year-old and her younger sister was home alone, sitting at the dining room table, of all places. I'm just saying that makes no sense. Two young children, not like in front of their living room watching TV or in their bedroom playing with their toys. Instead, the girls were in the kitchen of all places, not eating, but sitting at the table doing homework. Is what they said on the news, at least. Doesn't say what the hell they were doing in the kitchen here, but okay. A single bullet was removed in the autopsy. A second bullet came through the wall. It says here of Tyesha's homes, an upper level bedroom, which wouldn't make no damn sense unless they were shooting up there because bullets don't travel upward. It says here 8 casings were found by the front of the side of the lawns between 3431 and 3433, Chicago Avenue South. 2 bullets struck the porch railing at 3436. Struck the railing at 3436. Struck the railing. With one making a deeper and one making a more superficial blemish. This damage is consistent with the bullets being fired recently and from close range. One other bullet went through Timothy Oliver's pants leg, but did not hit his body. So if y'all claiming that he was shot at close range, so how the hell would they miss a point blank? How would they miss this dude 8 times if they were shooting at him up close like that, right? How would they miss him? And somehow not only miss him, but if they were shooting and it got stuck up here, because the bullets don't travel upwards, okay, they would have to get on an elevated place, so they would have to literally get up on top of here and shoot at this wall. Okay, let's keep on going. Let's see here. This damage is consistent. No, it's not. One bullet went through Timothy Oliver's pants leg, but did not hit his body. That is remarkable, right? Somehow there was a bullet that went through this dude's pants leg, which I 1,000% don't believe. Because if it went through his pants leg, why didn't it go through his actual leg? I'm just saying. Pants leg? It went through his pants leg? Wow. The angle of the bullet hole in the dining room wall at 3433 Chicago is consistent with the shots being fired from the area across the street near 3436. No, it is not. Okay, it's not consistent at all. Let's see. Following a very thorough police investigation. Wow, it's not a very thorough investigation at all. And we're proving this literally right now. It says here interviews with the intended target, Timothy Oliver, and family mob leader Ike Hodge. Wow. So Ike shot at Ike Hodge. So Baby Skits and Big Skits, who was also Ike. So Ike is on both sides of this case. Make it make sense. Hans Williams and Ike Tyson were arrested on Monday. Look, Ike and Ike's. Mike and Ike's. There's Ike and Ike everywhere. Okay. On Monday, November 22nd, 2002, and the defendant was arrested the following day. Make it make sense, y'all. Well, I'll make it make sense. It wasn't a thorough investigation. The investigators are liars. They're conspirators. And they've created up this narrative. And people went, yeah, that makes sense. And no one asked a critical question at all. And y'all, put this out in public as if no one was ever going to question this. And I'm questioning this. And all of this is fraud on such a huge scale. I would imagine everyone involved should be in prison, spending the rest of their life. If not, going straight to the execution. I think treason or conspiracy at the level of this should result in a swift execution. Maybe stoning them to death. That should be what they get. Literally stone them to death. This is ridiculous. It's beyond evil and satanic. And they, committed all kinds of crimes. All kinds. Anyways, let me know how y'all feel about this, because this is very interesting, y'all. Don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Never mind, I have seen things like this. So it's not my first rodeo, y'all. This is the state of Minnesota where things like this are pretty common. Hopefully y'all didn't vomit, because this is an hour-long video, but we're going to wrap it up right there just by questioning the shooting. Clearly this shooting never happened, at least the one that they're describing in this paperwork. That is not the truth. None of this stuff is truthful. It's not consistent. It's very inconsistent. There is nothing that I've seen so far that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that that's what occurred on November 22nd, 2002. So if that didn't occur, something else occurred. Y'all let me know what y'all think occurred in the comment section below. It's the dog. I'm out.